When you said cooking with fruit, I bet you thought I'd do something savoury, but I'm going to show you my wholemeal blueberry scones, which are incredibly easy to make, and you look excited to me.
I love blueberries and I love scones, so this is going to be fantastic.
It is.
What's this flour?
This is wholemeal flour. So you know I like to do healthy swaps where I can.
I know that.
I'm using the wholemeal stuff. It's just lower GI, so it's a bit better for you in your sugar levels.
Okay.
You're going to do 100 mils of milk for me, please.
I can do
and
that for
I'm
you.
going to start putting in some honey. So I'm using, you know, just some little healthy swaps along this journey. Come with me, so it adds a bit of sweetness.
I'm loving the honey. Honey's one of my favourite things in the entire world.
Honey is excellent. I do love a bit of honey and some vanilla extract as well.
Gotcha.
And some baking powder.
That's going to give it the lift and make it light and fluffy.
It is.
Okay.
Just like you. I'll add that line for you. Go for it with the
Here
milk.
goes.
And you can start stirring that together, please. And I'm going to add some lemon zest. So this is really easy.
Oh, okay.
This is the kind of thing I would do with the kids at home.
Yep.
So normally my toddler would have a bit of a go at mixing and put the flour all
Everywhere.
over the bench. You've met him, so you know this is a true story.
There would be flour on the ceiling, on the
Yes.
walls,
Correct.
outside, on the dog.
Correct.
Everywhere.
Yeah, on the dogs, absolutely true. We're going to add some liquid to this now. So I'm going to use olive oil.
Okay.
If you can pass me the measuring jug, please.
Sure.
And can you please put in some blueberries?
I can
A
do that.
generous Richo handful would be
Okay.
wonderful.
Oh, is that enough for you?
That's perfect. That's
gotcha.
great. That's excellent.
I love these frozen blueberries. They're like little jewels, aren't they? Or little lollies. You know, you could almost get away with calling them lollies for the kids.
You
couldn't
can, and I do actually. It's a nice way to bring some fun into the kitchen, give something sweet to the kids, but counts in their fruit intake, which is nice.
Gotcha.
Is that coming together? Do you need a little bit more oil?
Just a touch more oil, I think, just to bring it together. And this is the thing with baking. You know, recipes are good, but sometimes you just need to add a little bit more flour sometimes, a little bit more shortening. And I love that you're using the olive oil. That'll give it a lovely flavour.
He says he loves it.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, I'm using it because it's a nice healthy fat, so good for heart health.
Okay.
So it's not a saturated fat, but also I like that you're doing all the hard work here. And when you're ready, you can actually get your hands involved to make a dough.
You want me to bring it all together
I
with
would
the dough?
love you to.
And what's going to happen, the blueberries are going to squish a little bit
Yes.
and go all the way through it and stain my hands.
Yes,
and
correct.
Hopefully they won't squish and go all over your dress. There we go.
Hopefully not. And if you need some flour, you've got it there.
you go.
But the intention is to get this all into a bit of a dough, so it should be quite easy. This is when you've got kids in the kitchen, you're talking about blueberries, hopefully they're eating some at the same time.
Yes. Now, once I've got it like this, you want me to just hit it with my hand like
Yeah,
this?
go for it.
and
Why don't we
flatten
do
it
that?
out?
Yep, beautiful.
What thickness would you like?
When you've got Richo, you don't actually need the rolling pin. There you go. Beautiful. You've got these big paw that can just pat it down.
Now,
Excellent.
Just give it a little bit of a dusting
Yes,
for
thank
There
you.
we go. And
So it's quite crumbly, which can make people, I think, a little bit nervous, but we're using the wholemeal flour, you were using the olive oil, so this should work out.
Here we go.
And I'm just going to use the cookie cutter to do three little scones there.
Okay, and then I can join them together for you.
You
I'll
can,
Peel,
thank
peel that
you.
away like that. And I've got a little spatula here.
We both have a spatula. Look
There
at
we go.
us.
And I'll pick that up
Thank you,
for
Chef.
you.
He's actually very efficient in the kitchen.
How's that?
This has become your dish somehow.
Well.
This is lovely. I'm enjoying the journey.
I'm just excited that you're making blueberry scones. I love them. I don't know about the wholemeal flour, but I'm going to try that out and see if it's going to be delicious.
I think
So
it
I'll
will be
pick that
good
up
for
like
you.
that.
I think it's a nice
There we
little...
go.
Every meal that I'm cooking, I'll be honest with you, I'm going, how can I just make this... Like, I love a lot of your meals, but all I think is, you know what, I take the recipe home, I'll be honest, and I throw a bit of extra veg and take out some things.
Do be honest.
He says with a heavy tone of sarcasm. But this is kind of a nice little variation on a scone. A
we
little
go.
way you might make it a bit healthier.
You like that?
Love it.
Okay,
That's
I've got-
perfect.
Okay, this last one's usually the ugly scone, but I'm going to grab it, I'm going to put it in here and just push it down with my fingers till it comes out to the sides.
I'll be honest, if there's any dough left over, my daughter, who's 6, will make it into like a heart or the letters of her name.
Oh.
But this is much more effective, so thank you.
Okay, no
Tiny bit of milk in here, please, and we're going to brush with a little bit of milk on top just so it gets nice and glossy.
Yep.
This is then going to go in the oven 20 minutes at 180 degrees. They should puff up because they've got the baking powder in there. The blueberries will put a little bit of their juice through the scone, and we're going to be ready to eat. How good do they look?
Fantastic.
And the blueberries have bled through a little bit, so they give it that nice colour. Could you cut one, please, for me? And I'm going to get us some ricotta and blueberry to spoon on there.
They've got blueberry blood in them.
I know, I've turned into you. Here we go. So I'm going to smush these up a little bit. Ricotta's a nice alternative
to
cream or butter.
It's a really clever way of sweetening as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural fruit.
So I'll put this down here.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to go quite generous on the ricotta because it's so delicious.
I'm glad you're going generous. It's always a good idea to be generous.
Agree. Go for it. And you can put the top on.
Put his little hat on. Oh, I like that.
Look at that.
Perfect.
How cute is that? You have a little taste of this though.
Well, I'm going to
tell
grab
me what you think.
some of the scone, and what I've noticed, it breaks apart very, very easily, which is what I like. It's very soft.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put some of this mixture on top of it.
Okay, go hard.
Exactly.
Go on. Let me have a little taste too. It looks so delicious with you doing it in front of me.
I love that. I've got a little ice cream headache because the berries are frozen, but I love the ricotta. It really sweetens it up. And I really love the scones, nice and wholemeal. I like them with plain flour or self-raising flour, but the wholemeal gives them some texture, and I really like that. Well
Little
done.
healthy twist. I'm glad you're a fan.